good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So yesterday we enjoyed a day off. Well, after we took the shade cloth off of the greenhouse, then we enjoyed the rest of the day.
And it was a great time.
Yeah.
Probably last day on the lake, so that was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. We went for a long boat ride, went out to lunch, and then just hung out with my mom and my stepdad and some friends. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we're back out. Obviously, we're pulling our lumber out, so that just means pony wall time.
We're gonna work on that pony wall. As you guys saw, Levi got all of the joist hangers up, and this is our next step, and then we can start putting those joists in.
Yeah, so kind of our game plan is we're going to put our treated boards down, bolt those down to the concrete footing that's in there, and then we're going to start individually stick framing studs in there, because I want to make sure that that is perfectly level.
Yeah.
The only way I can do that is to fasten the first stud to the foundation wall, and then we're going to use our level. Tanya will hold it level. I'll take a couple measurements where we need studs, come up, cut them, go back down, install those, kind of like we did with the barn.
Yeah, each one was cut to the specific size that it needed to be versus just mass producing
a wall.
So we just want to make sure that our floor
is perfectly level.
Yeah.
And that pony wall basically is going to take any bounce out from the floor, because the house is 28 feet wide. So we want to make sure that that's stable. So we want to have all those joists resting on that wall.
Yeah.
So that's our goal for today. We're going to have to mess with this poly line and get it out of our way over onto this side of the crawl space.
I'm just hearing of this right now. So
I was just thinking about it because I was looking at it down there. So we'll have to monkey and wrestle with that thing, but it shouldn't be that bad. We can just drag it all the way out to one side, hopefully, and it's going to not be
I mean, it's not as coiled up as it was, because it we had stretched it out to get it into the crawl space, and then it's been kind of like in the sun and
relaxing,
but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad.
So we got the saw, everything's plugged in, ready to go.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It's a pretzel.
Grip right.
How far do you want me to go?
You can just go. You can pull it through. You see your line still?
Okay. So all the way through. Okay. You want me to go all the way?
Alright, I'll pop it and you cut it.
Okay.
All right, we got our treated board down, and Tanya just brought up a good point. We probably should throw some tap cons in the edges there, and anywhere that it's like a little bit cupped or warped, and then we'll jump down and start working on the wall.
So like right here.
And maybe a little closer to the wall. Yeah.
Is that too far in?
Yeah, maybe go out just a little bit and towards the wall just a little bit.
Like
Right there.
here.
We got it Tapcon down. We put a Tapcon in between each of the bolts, and then 2 at each end, just to flatten the board out and take any of that, that warping that the cup had, the board had a little bit of a cup or something. So I think we're gonna go in, take lunch, and then
take off some of these layers because it's hot.
Yeah, so it's warming up fast, and then we're gonna start down here, and then you'll see us start building these walls. So. Okay, so now let's jump to the other side, do the same thing.
Okay.
And then we will start cutting studs.
Nice. Be exciting to get this done.
All right, so we pulled our layout from the outside wall like we did for the joists. And then we just marked every 16, put an X, and then we're going to come back with our square and just square this line up. And that way we know the X is where we're going to put our stud. And then we'll start there with our level, and we'll take a level and a measurement, and we'll cut the studs wherever one of these X's are, all the way down. All right, so I made a huge mistake on these layout for the joist hangers. I pulled off the outside wall like I showed you guys, and I went 1 inch back from 16 on center. And so all of our layout is going to be on 16 center. So basically this line is going to be every 16 inches. So I was just double checking, and then I came up to this one, and it's 1 inch back from 16 center. The red numbers are a 16 center. And what I figured out I did is I pulled off my wall, and I subtracted 1 inch because of the thickness of the joist. But then I came over here and I put a nail on the sill, and I pulled my tape so that I could continue doing my 16s, and then I went back 1 inch like I was pulling off the outside wall, and I did not have to do that. I should have just kept going with my 16 centers. So now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to pull these nails. Thank goodness we haven't installed the joist yet. This is why you double check stuff, because things could happen. We're gonna have to pull all these from this point going that way, pull these over, move them over 1 inch, and reinstall them. So it's gonna cost us a couple hours, probably more like a half a day, and a lot of routing. I have to reroute some of this stuff because we're dropping these joists down a little bit so that the joist can be flush with our sill. So it's an unfortunate problem, but I'm happy that I checked it. Thank goodness Tanya was out here. We were pulling layout on the pony wall, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I did that on those walls. And so I had to double check, and of course I found out the bad news. So just a little hiccup, but double check all your measurements, because this stuff kind of happens to everybody. So we'll just keep going on the pony wall, and then I'll come out here when Tanya's editing or something and go through and fix all this stuff. So.
Well, it started raining. It says it's going to rain for the next couple of hours, but we're going to try to just keep going. just cleaned up some of the tools that really should be put away and not get rained on. Levi's putting Ryder inside so he doesn't get all muddy, and we're just gonna try to keep going, and hopefully it won't come down too much harder than it is now. If it starts to rain harder, we'll probably head in and come back out when it stops. Flashbacks.
Yeah, right?
This is a little bit nicer though, you know what?
On top of a little shipping container, how it goes up and down with it.
Yeah.
37 and a quarter. 37 and a big quarter. 37 and 5. All right. 4 more.
To the wall?
To the wall.
To the window.
143 and 3/4.
Did you decide splinter is bigger than a sliver, right?
No.
I feel like a splinter would be bigger than a sliver.
Yeah. Can you push it out a little bit towards me? A little bit more. A little bit more.
Nice. It's technically the first block.
We're 1/5 of the way.
Oh man.
Can you pack it up, pack it in? Let me begin.
That's up to you. What's it supposed to do?
So it's light rain stopping in 3 minutes.
And then?
And then it will start back up again. Because I'm telling you, it looks like rain everywhere. We're either making walls or making water. A little
More.
bit more. A little bit more. Are you doing anything?
Oh.
Ooh.
Is that good?
Right. Oh man, maybe just a little bit.
I'm so blind.
Just a frog hair. Pull the wood shim towards
I
you.
am. Don't tell me what to do.
Hey. It's pretty perfect.
Looks close. Yeah. Hi.
Big.
Use it someplace else.
All right, well, we got them all fixed. Took me about an hour and a half maybe. And I basically just had to move these over 1 inch. About 2/3 of them I had to move. So I have them all moved now. I still have to do the other side. I did the exact same thing on the other side. I pulled off that outside wall. All of those for 24 feet are perfect. And then I went ahead and I dropped back again for the next set when I should not have done that. So I just have to finish that side over there. I'll do that in the morning, and then we'll be able to start finishing our knee wall, which is coming along really nice and level. So hopefully, I'm so glad that I figured out that these joists were off. That would have been a nightmare if we had set them and then we were going to start putting our decking on, and then I figured out that they were 1 inch off. I would have had to pull them all back out after they were set. So it's very fortunate that we caught it early. So I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I'll see you guys back in the morning.
Need to mow.
Pretty steamy. Let's see. It's 52 outside this morning. We took the shade cloth off and it's 62 in here, but feels nice. Hopefully our tomatoes will start ripening faster. We do have some. Let's get our chores done and get back out framing the house.
Well, good morning. So we are back out here. We're gonna finish this pony wall, and then after we're done with that, Levi's gonna finish fixing the other joist hangers on the other side. And so right now, Levi is just marking layout so that we can just keep going along with our studs. Today is supposed to be a beautiful day. It is currently 51. It's supposed to be, I think, 69 degrees today, and no rain in the forecast, but of course there was none yesterday and it rained. So we're just excited to keep going with this process and just get going on building the house. We have a lot to do before mud season. I know, it is one fast.
You got 37 and 3/8. All right, so we ran out of our treated gun nails. Because we're shooting these studs into a treated plate, you want to make sure you use a treated nail for that, because over time the treated chemical that they put on that will actually rot out your nail. So what we're going to do is switch to using some deck screws, which are meant for going into treated. So you're going to see us now, we're not going to shoot the bottoms, we're just going to use screws, and we should have enough to finish this, and then that'll be the last time we're shooting into treated anyway, so we don't have to buy more of those. They're very expensive nails, so we had just finished using what we had. So we're going to go ahead and just keep on putting these on, but we're going to use screws this time. You're also going to notice that I'm pre-drilling. Anytime you're going to put screws in the end of a board, I would just always pre-drill everything. That way it doesn't split, it keeps it a really strong connection, and doesn't ruin the board you're trying to put on there, which we have done, which we did just right over there. So make sure you pre-drill.
It's really starting to feel like fall.
I know.
I love it. Is that a yellow jacket? It is a yellow jacket.
Is it?
It was. It was on my coat. Is it just like this? No, it's on the wrong side of the board. Sweet. That's me.
More. Come on, back up.
More?
No, that's good.
Looks like 2 more.
2 more.
2 more times to move it.
Lift it.
There you go, David. Perfect.
Okay.
Good thing too, because you were over that.
I'm over it. I need more coffee.
37 3/4. 37 5/8. 37 11. 37 7/8. You just go cut a board that's gonna fit in one of these. So. 3/4. In there.
All right, we got 184 and 9/16. Last board.
So tight.
Push it out quite a bit.
A little bit more. A little bit more. There you go.
Nails! Ah, come on.
So now that we have the whole wall done, we have our first top plate, we're gonna put our second one on.
Yep, and so we're gonna stagger our seams, so we started with a 12 down there, so we'll start with the 16 down there, then run 12s all the way down here, cut the last one. I think I had to cut like 6 inches off or something like that,
So, and then you
then
get
it's
to-
lunchtime.
Oh yeah.
And then we need to fix all those joist hangers, but we are realizing that that wall is still just a little bit lower than this wall.
Then
So-
that wall.
Than this wall. That wall is lower than this wall.
Well, it's higher.
It's actually lower than it's supposed to be. It needs to come up. We're like
Don't make that face.
3/16. So we need to do a little bit more calculating, putting the level on that wall. It looks like we could come up just a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna get 3/16 though. So just have to monkey around with it and see, get layout. We could take a little bit off the bottom of the joist. The main thing is that we want it to be flat. We don't want any type of hump or anything in the floor. So we'll put our double top plate on, then we can get a better idea of what exactly we're working with.
All right. The
Man, that is strong.
double top plate, second top, what do you call it?
Double top plate.
Double top plate is finished.
So our floor joists are gonna sit right on top of this. And so now I need to fix all those joist hangers.
Oh. All right, lunchtime.
Lunchtime.